But let's now talk about all of the cues that you should track from an India market standpoint. Some of the stocks also that could be in focus today. We have Rima, Mangalam and Hormaz all here now. Guys, a very good morning to all of you. Rima, let me come to you first. Looks like a big gap up right now. So we could open close to that 21,500 kind of mark.
In fact, yesterday we hit that 21,500 mark, but there was this late profit booking which took the Nifty off about 50 points from session highs to close around 21,450. But we might make a dash towards that level, and hopefully this time we can conquer and stay above that level. For the last 2 days, the market moves have been very quiet. We've been consolidating. On Monday, the Nifty was down 38 points, and yesterday the Nifty was up 34 points. We've had 2 days of consolidation, and maybe today will be a bigger session where we can break out. Global market cues are positive. You've spoken about it. The Dow was up 250 points. The S&P, Nasdaq rallying close to about 0.6%. The S&P 500 is now just about 1% away from record high levels. And month to date, look at the gains on the US market. The Dow, the S&P 500 have rallied 4.5%. You've got the Nasdaq rallying 5.5%. And the small cap index, the Russell 2000, is up more than 11%. Cues to watch, crude prices are now back above $79 per barrel. Yesterday, 78. Today, it's climbed a little bit higher. In terms of flows, the DII's net bought 294 crore in the cash market, while the FI's net sold 601 crore in the cash market. Big day in terms of listings, particularly DOM's IPO will be watched very closely. Saw a solid subscription of 93.5 times, and the other one is India Shelter Finance. So that also saw good subscription, 36.5 times. So these two listings will be tracked very closely, and Azad Engineering IPO opens today. Back to you.
Okay, Rima, thanks a lot for taking us through all of those cues that we should watch. Let's also talk about all of the stocks. Hormaz, there has been a lot of action overnight. But, as a sector, I guess it's going to be a lot about the IT pack.
Absolutely. And I'll start off with the IT pack because Accenture's numbers will have a rub-off on the IT names, and it maintained its FY24 guidance, and that will be a positive. The 2 to 5% constant currency growth guidance that it maintained for FY24, that should be a watch out for on IT stocks. But there are some block deals that I'd like to talk about. Nippon AMC, which is a clean out trade, and sources are telling CNBC-TV18 that IndusInd Bank may sell up to a 2.86% stake and exit the counter. Astral, where sources are also telling CNBC-TV18 that the promoters are looking to sell up to 2 to 3% stake via block deals worth around 1,000 to 1,500 crore rupees. And the CNBC-TV18 has reached out to Astral for a comment. Another block deal for Embassy Office Parks, another exclusive, and Blackstone is likely to sell a 23.5% stake, which is another clean out trade as well. JK Tyre has launched a QIP. The floor price is a 5.2% discount to Tuesday's closing price, so we'll keep that on the radar as well. Varun Beverages, a couple of updates there. They'll acquire the beverage company in South Africa for 1,320 crore rupees and also set up a plant in Jharkhand with a capex outlay of 450 crores. BPCL is planning to set up a polypropylene unit project at its Kochi refinery and an estimated project cost of 5,044 crore rupees. And lastly, UPL, where the board is meeting on the 22nd of December to consider a fundraising plan. Back to you.
Okay, thanks a lot for running us through all of that action that's come through overnight. We're going to watch for all of these stocks. Mangalam, take us through the cues from the futures and options space. Yesterday was another range-bound session, right?
It was a range-bound session, and, perhaps towards the end of this year, we may have this range continue until it breaks up or breaks down on either side. The reason why I say that is because, you just take a look at the way the market moved yesterday, the low and the high. The Nifty has been consolidating after a big rally in this 21,350 to 21,550 sort of range. Yesterday's low was 21,338, 21,505 was yesterday's high. And now the GIFT Nifty indicates that we will start right in this congestion zone itself. The FIIs have sold about 600 crores in the cash market. DIs bought 300 crores. The important point is that, as we move towards the end of this year, institutional flows will keep thinning out, and as a result of which, we'll see more action shift to the mid-cap end of things. But despite this range, we saw the FIIs buy nearly 1,300 crores in index futures, and in that, they added around 11,000 long contracts, covered 3,000 short contracts, and the longs have now inched higher to 62% versus 38%. Remember, a couple of days ago, this number was 58% itself. This range that I'm talking about, 21,350 to 21,550, is visible even in the active Nifty options. 21,500 call has been extremely active for a premium of 50 odd rupees, and 21,400 put has been equally active for a premium of 50 odd rupees as well. the key sector to watch out today, apart from, the IT stocks, will be the Nifty Bank, largely because the 48,000 call has maximum open interest ahead of options expiry today. Were we to cross that, maybe there could be some short covering out there. And finally, the question, can Reliance lead the next big rally on the index? Because over the last 2 trading sessions, the stock is up around 4%. The stock is at a 4-month high, still 10% away from its 52-week high.
All right, it'll be interesting to see if that does happen. Mangalam, thanks a lot for taking us through all of those cues. For now, it's looking like an 80-point bump up as far as the start of our own markets is concerned.